Hi, and welcome back to Outriders. Today, I don't want to over adjust, but I think I might be able to get to Endgame. So, did some deep dive into research about previous iterations of builds that really took this game and made you be able to clear Endgame, which I thought were not entirely viable, or like not viable. I didn't think they were entirely needed now. But no, you still need to do an absolute fuck ton of damage. In fact, in some ways, the issue is still present, where you need to do so much damage to where things just die before they can hit you. Or clever ways to circumnavigate damage altogether, which we'll get to in a future video about how you get power in Outriders, which has been a journey and a half. But I digress. Regardless, one of the keys to power very much is Dark Sacrifice, and it's honestly pretty easy to get now that you can reroll and eventually just keep rerolling Santiago's shop. You'll eventually have this weapon pop into your inventory and be able to break it down to get its insane mod, which is during combat, your weapon drains up to 50% of your max HP, which is half, in exchange for 75% weapon damage bonus. Now, nowhere here, it doesn't say draining 50% of your HP. It says when it gets to 15% of your HP, it'll stop draining your health and just give you the damage bonus. Basically, it gives you 75% damage bonus always, forever, because this thing doesn't chew through that much HP at all. And you regenerate HP a boatload if you have certain perks within your skill tree. If you have anything and everything going, you should be okay. Like there's right here, weapon life leech, 5% weapon life leech. Boom, if you're dealing 100,000 damage and you only have 10 HP, bang, you just boom, full, and you have like a 3-round burst, you're gonna be okay. So, you'll never even see this thing ticking down. I have never gotten to 50%, and if I have, it's because an enemy slapped me in the face. But the other key to power is something that's kind of obvious. It's just level up the absolute shit out of your bonus fire rate damage, your status power, and everything and anything. I was doing that, but it's because there's more to things, unfortunately, in Endgame. Basically, you have to find a way to break the rules entirely. So, instead of building yourself to be like an unkillable tank, because you lose out on too much damage, so you can't do that. What you can do is have your cake and eat it too. Hopefully, with all the classes, but I'm not sure if that's the case yet. I gotta look into it more, but at least with Trickster, this is how it works. Or one of the ways it kind of works. This set bonus is insane. Increases your damage by 90%. Shut up, that's it. Bang, done. Incredible. Also, it gives you 10% more critical damage. That's kind of okay. It can stack in co-op, but whatever. That 90% of damage to enemies that are frozen. Beautiful. Especially when you have things like this. Deal an extra 25 more damage to enemies that are frozen. Awesome. Also, you have this ability, which is Cold Snap's radius is increased by 66%. This is insane. It lets you map hit somebody with Cold Snap, which locks them down in place. Now, that's kind of the key to power. If I can't tank through enemies hitting me, I need to do damage to them fast enough to where they won't have any time to hit me, and 2, I need to stop them from getting to me, and freeze them is the best way to do that. Right here, status power is at 60. If I get this higher up, this would be significantly better. But if you guys can see that it says increases the duration of freeze, ash, and vulnerability. We are doing vulnerability and freeze. So the higher status power you have, the higher the higher freeze duration you keep an enemy in, which is amazing. Good stuff there, and we're basically able to guarantee freeze somebody. Now there's a weapon that you can get that basically every bullet freezes them, which is very nice, very survivability focused, but this is also just the king of huge damage in general. That in combination with Bone Shrapnel just does huge AoE and allows you to clear out things very, very well. Now, the stat priority with these are not great. Now, one thing that I did not know as well, it seems like legendaries do not have a difference, essentially. So this has animo damage, skill life leech, and cooldown. This has the same thing. I have gotten so many of the same thing, it's insane. And they're all the same thing. So it's unfortunate, but you cannot get different rolls on your legendaries, which to me is something that absolutely should be patched. Even though I know it's annoying, but it just, to me, it stops you from having the perfect build. But in some ways it also helps you from forcing things down your throat so that you succeed. So one of the things is that it's nice to have a little bit of HP here. And one of the through threads is cooldown. The reason why is because Cold Snap is on a long duration, and to be able to back-to-back Cold Snaps or just do them so consistently is your lifeblood. Which is also why I have right now, basically my Blighted Turret now does not do toxic damage, but instead freeze damage. So it's able to lock people down whenever they choose to get hit, etc. fantastic. That one is an okay perk. If you had more cooldown, I think it'd be good to go, but I'm just using that just to make sure that I can always freeze an enemy, whether that's a boss or whatever, as soon as I want. Also, blighter rounds are doing a shit ton of toxin, and we're also regenerating our mag. That hasn't changed at all, so we're still doing mass AoE damage with toxic round. Also vulnerability, which will give them even more weakness and stuff like that. But ladies and gentlemen, this could be rough. I'm not sure what the video is called, but I am going to be starting to move towards Endgame. Is this smart to do? Not necessarily, because if I go to a point where I cannot like consistently clear the zones, then it's a little rough. Because then I'm kind of just sitting there like, I hope it all works out, because it couldn't. And this one I find to be, at least the last part of the run, is just so much of an onslaught of enemies. And also, I don't think I'll be able just to burn right through to the end game at this point, because you do need to level up your gear to 50, which will take a shit ton of drop pod resources, and then you have to bring back the firepower up to a sufficient amount again. So you need to like reinvest in your gear. But I think if I hold true and I keep grinding, I'll be able to get there and hopefully be able to get weapons and such that my Devastator could use in the future if we do want to keep grinding at this game. But at least I want to make 2 videos of how the hell I got to endgame and how the hell you can make steps to get there, because I found that was my biggest struggle in this game, as I was just, there's no real video, at least for me, that I found that was good at explaining how the hell you progress and you move forward. Also, again, the blood thing, kill spree is only active when you kill certain enemies. The blood thing that we got, blood sacrifice, is up all the time. So you basically, there's no negative, no downtime. And also, right now, this is just our base damage. We're not utilizing freeze in the slightest. We're just like basically hitting with vulnerability and toxic round. And we also hit in a stupid big radius. Also, basically do this. So use your abilities whenever you want. I think I hang on to them too much because I'm worried that like I'm gonna get stepped on, essentially, which is no good. I'm just gonna get blitzkrieged in different ways. We'll also throw this down. Yeah, blood sacrifice, you can see it's all over my hands, ripping my blood or my life force, but because we heal through every shot and it doesn't take that much damage in general, we're kind of okay. Ooh, we don't want to get hit by that though. Yeah, also, again, what do you call it? Our turret, it still freezes things even through walls, because it's kind of hits in such a huge radius. But also, fadoosh, everything is frozen and everything dies because of bone shrapnel and toxic AoE clear, essentially, which is too good. Although I have not played this game in a hot minute, so that's why my aim is pretty dirt trash, hot garbage. And again, as long as we keep hitting, we should be pretty okay. You just kind of ran at me, just ran in my peripheral. I still could get hit, because that's the thing. In order to deal enough damage at this late in the game, you need to essentially have all your ducks in a row. But one of the ducks that you can't necessarily have in a row is the ability to be like an absolute unkillable tank. But we're doing pretty good in terms of tankiness. As long as we keep firing and as long as we keep enemies frozen, we should be pretty good. And again, it's more of like kill enemies before they get a chance to shoot you and deal damage. Which is quite good, but yes. But also, having that weapon that like it freezes every enemy you shoot, I could see that being pretty nutty. Also, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this before we die. Yikes! We're gonna shoot so we heal. I just wanted to wait until though that shield was away, because that shield could be pretty horrible. Also, yeah, see, things still always are a little dicey. Come on, freeze that son of a bitch. Yeah, see. In fact, that just killed you. Jesus Christ, you must be weak. But also, this build like weirdly supports your team as well. So there's like, because I'm applying a vulnerable stat to everybody, which is quite nice. Everything still dies because blood sacrifice just gives you such high scaling. Stop shooting me with snipers. God damn you. We'll wait for enemies to stack up. We'll do one of these. Murder everybody. They'll spawn in. We should still be able to murder all of them. What's happening with you? Just chilling. Also, we don't have enough status, if I'm honest. If we could have a little more status, I think I'd be content, but right now we're kind of just got enough to get by. But like, you can have such a high amount of status that an enemy is like literally locked down forever, which may be best for survivability in order to invest in that, you know? That makes sense. Also, again, we'll just do one of these. Fudoosh. Every enemy, even that guy over there, is also frozen. Da-da-da. Enemies are also spawning in though, god damn you. We'll also do this. We'll shoot one of you and hopefully one will blow up and kill everybody. Come on. There we go. Blood explosion. Huge. Do this. Get rid of you. Do this again just to be safe. There we go. Easy peasy. So now we're like clearing stuff out. Again, I feel like if I just keep investing in this armor and bring it higher and higher and higher, I'll be able to get to endgame, start grinding for other characters, and start progressing into the game, which I have not been able to do for such a long time because I've been kind of scattered on, like, blood sacrifice is so much damage that it kind of just makes you able to play and enjoy the game. Also, when anything stacks up on you like that, you just want to kind of quickly throw down your cold snap. Because you do have like a basically invincibility frame within this game, although it is really fucky and weird. Again, we could throw it down if we wanted, it probably would be okay. But then also there's stuff like that where if an enemy has like a shielding, they're kind of screwed, but also you can freeze people before they actually leave. So it looks a little jarring. Also, just stay by your turret, because there is, like, if you have any skill life leech, you'll be good too. Good to go. Or stuff like that will happen, which is also pretty iconic. He just gets locked down completely, and you're like, thank you. Just slap. Also, this looks, I love the armor look. The armor looks way cool. I don't know, some of the armor also looks like metal and like trench coaty, but this one looks like, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor wrapped in garb, I'm cold. It's nice out here. I do think when we have our blighted turret activated and everything going, we do I think like 2 million on the head, which I think is passable. Again, when you get to like 50, it's where like you need to level up your armor and everything gets higher essentially. So like the numbers you're seeing are just higher because that's what your level is. But right now we're able to get by. But see, right now blood sacrifice will finally stop taking blood from me, but it's fine because it will just regenerate in one shot essentially, you know. So there's not that bad. But also, I'm very curious to see if you get blood sacrifice and stack it on top of killing spree, if it'll be okay. I don't know if it'll ever be as good as this, just because of the way numbers work out and the math of it all equals out. But I think it could be fun. Yeah. Also, there's enough enemies here to warrant this. But again, the range of that always baffles me every time I see it. But also, you also want an abundance of like cooldown and like firepower and stuff like that. So the best perk to me is firepower, cooldown, and status power. I do believe that can roll. I hope I'm not wrong on that, but that to me is the best case scenario for you getting something that you actually want. Also, yeah, see that thing is it's just locking like this cryo turret. I think it's not perfect because you can put like a damage, like a firepower buffing thing there that will let you do like bazillions of damage. But I don't know, it's a pretty nice safety net, just in case you, like, again, when your cold snap is not on cooldown, that's the thing that will save you, at least I think. Oh, I was about to say, no, he didn't get frozen there. Oh, also, I don't have my terror rounds going. Shit. Oh, please don't kill me here. This is just a stupid way to die. Okay, we're good. We're doing a little bit okay. Also, I think, yeah, there's you. Again, cold snaps up. We're going to do this. But that's also not good. Come on, quickly melt. There we go. Oh, I'm shooting the fucking body. That's so frustrating as well. My cold snap's about to come up. In fact, that we didn't need it because our turret took care of us again. Again, I understand the argument that we may not need turrets and shit eventually. But for right now, it's quite nice to have, just for on the off time when you don't have cold snap going. Where's the other one? Oh. Also, just the little addition. Oh shit! Oh shit! Cold snap! Just the addition of having. Also, there's so many bodies that I'm not gonna be able to pierce this. There we go. Just the addition of having like extra utility for the health on our gloves, I believe, is actually not even that bad. Also, just like that, done. We just got to the next tier. We got tier 13, baby. I believe tier 15 is the max. But there, we did it. We got to the next phase. Our world challenge tier has increased. Golly. Again, that was not like unbearable, so we can theoretically go beyond, but again, it's when we get to the point where we're like, oh god, now it's getting like I'm dying in one hit, in which you need to level up your armor again, which is shitty, because do you want to push yourself to the point where you get to that point, or do you want to just get to the point, level up, get to that point, level up? We did get some, I think we got a legendary somewhere in there. My eyes could have fooled me. What a bunch of shit. You increase the world tier, you don't even get legendary? me? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. All right, well, we'll run one more. We'll see if we can get, I don't know, again, I think if you do two, if you do 2 jumps and you can get by, then level yourself up, because it does cost. Like, you still, I think you do lose out on firepower. So you'll have to reinvest, which I don't know if you get a ton more back in. So it's kind of like a weird, dicey situation. But anyways, let's jump in again. We did get $4,000, but again, it is a trap, my friends. Check this out. This is pain, suffering, sadness right here. Look at this. Look at this. Now, Santiago requires 16K. 16K to buy something. Are you shitting me? Go, you fucking a-hole. Anyway, but yes, if again, there's also like, again, armors that we just got this one. It doesn't re-roll in a different way, so that's a little unfortunate, but and I don't know if other builds are viable. Probably. I think it just changes the tune to invest heavily into anomaly damage and to whatever. I think there's another like equivalent to blood sacrifice. It's not quite the same as blood sacrifice. Also, we'll do this one. We'll do this one because this one also gives me some grief sometimes. But we'll keep going, keep seeing. Again, this might be where we hit that wall. We're like, ooh. Either we're like, I think we'll be able to do damage. I just don't know if we'll be able to survive. My thing is like, we'll just be like getting a fly swat essentially. Why did you not fucking stay frozen? There we go. Thank you, turret. You're my best friend. You need to regenerate some bullets. You get it. Stop it. Throw another one of these. Dodge away. Cold snap. Can you just die? Thank you. Keep that damage up. Break him, turret. Freeze his ass. Thank you. Okay. Again, we can still get slapped, but maybe we can make something happen. Again, it feels so nice to now, like, again, because my main thing was like, how do I even get there? Like, you know, but blood sacrifice is huge. Is like fucking it, honestly. At least that's what I feel. I'm not a pro or anything, but I just feel like it's such a huge thing. And see now, yeah. See now I'm starting to remember how to play a little bit, because I got the build. I was doing okay. Freeze him, please freeze him. Heal. I was saying. That's karma for you. I was saying, what do you call it? I got everything going, and then I was like, okay, next video I can finally make. I can like say, I think I got, like, I'm starting to do good damage, or okay damage, I should say. I know, disgusting in comparison to what you guys can do, but it is what it is. Again, blood sacrifice. That's not even ice. Like, they're not even frozen. It's just blood sacrifice doing work with some good old corrosion. Freeze his ass, turret, goddamn you. Where are you? Stop biting my fucking heels. You a-hole, where is it this? If there was an ability to turn off the bodies, that'd be so nice. It's not fun, it's not cool, it's not metal. You're just sitting there like, fucking, really? Why can I not hit? What's happened? Why am I taking so much abundance of damage? Blood sacrifice and critical hits. Okay. Fuck it. Feeling a little scared. Again, everything gets blitzkrieged as soon as I apply the thing. Okay. Sounds like a fire fire extinguisher. Stop it. I got a little worried. I had no trust, I'll be honest. I could have saved that one for this one. Cold snap, please! Why did you not get cold snapped, you rat? Okay, well that's not good. Actually, no, it's fine. I got my ult back. No, I got my cooldown back. So we're actually okay. We are okay. It's looking pretty. Boys, we did it. Made it to tier 13. We need 40, 50. Jesus Christ, we still got 2 to go through. But again, we can manage. It's the blood sacrifice, dude, is doing so much heavy lifting. Oh, I don't know if you can get to this place where you don't, like, well, again, I think there's other damage abilities, like hopefully something that is like blood sacrifice equivalent to anomaly power. I think it's a shotgun kind of thing that I've seen around. Finally, we got a legendary, Christ alive. Okay, give me all. What did we get in terms of a weapon? Please tell me it's a weapon. Weapons seem to be way worth it. Okay, that Time Ripper again. Sure. Maybe good. Actually, well, no, we need this. We need the freeze ability. The freeze ability is it for sure. Yes, now it's costing 34,000. Great. They're like, oh no, you never. It's never a lot. It's never not a lot. You still have to grind like six missions just to get one reroll. You idiot. And I'm like, oh, great. I have 10k. I don't know. This one, like, cause the previous one was a little bit Heart of Wild. Yeah, let's back up. Let's not do Heart of Wild. We got limited time. I want to do a quick one to see. Fort Stargrave. Let's do Stargrave. We can do Stargrave, max the hell out. I have the feeling that we're probably at the point where we need to like just give ourselves a boost, or like level up our gear, because I think we're like 3 levels below, which is enough, especially when you get to this degree. I think it's pretty needed to be that high up. We might be able to pull this out of our nothing, essentially. Could be. We'll see. Not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Oh. Fuck it. I'm feeling like I'm gonna die. Just die. What are you made of? That's where I'm at. Everyone's dropping like flies. I feel pretty good about it. I'm not saying much, but it's because I'm like, okay. Like, this is now proving to be like you have to focus up, make sure all your damage is going, essentially. So like I get my turret damage buff, I get my ice damage buff when I can. I keep firing. Again, it's the enemies that have a tank, like a health bar, that to me is like, okay, now I'm gonna get really close to my cooldown of my bar. Or my like, I'll lose my damage basically. I'll be on cooldown for a long time without damage for a hot minute, which is a little scary. In fact, very scary. Go to the sky, calm down. This is a video game. You're way too into this. What the fuck? Okay, what? Stop hiding behind your big brother's body, you sick fuck. God damn you. Freeze him, thank you. Okay, as long as they're frozen, I can deal some big boy damage still. Still. Oh shit. Hey, shh. We're okay. We're all gonna be okay, just to make sure I don't get stabbed in the back. We're all gonna be okay. See? Oh no, there's more. Jesus Christ alive. Thank God it my turret can sometimes prioritize tiny enemies, and you're like, no, please, not them. So now we need to activate boom, 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 and then go. What? It'll make sense. You've seen it before. Or you've seen what we've been doing, kind of just trying to keep high damage upkeep. Oh, I fucking, god damn it. Who knows? Maybe that was for the best. I don't know. This. Oh. Shit. Okay. We're able to do it more or less. I could still get blitzkrieged by poison or something. So just let's not be a little. Oh, we did it, baby! Holy shit! I would consider 14 to be basically that. 15 is only gets access to the very, very final points. And I might want to do that last mission with you guys. Although maybe, you know, maybe 15 is like, because this was already getting to the point where I sat to start like maximizing everything. Whereas I feel like if I just level up my gear even a couple more points, then I'll be able to reach a little higher. But right now I'm at the point where I was like, okay. Although maybe not, because as long as things were cold, we were able to hit them hard enough to deal damage. But we were starting to feel when they weren't really this high up. We're still not getting consistent legendaries. Fuck you. Although maybe that's why there's like things where you have to give like money in order to like give expedition points to actually be able to invest. But yeah, we were able to kind of do damage somewhat. So that's huge. And I wish I would have seen how much damage I did. I didn't really do it. But yes, now challenge tier 15. Hey, it says completed. Oh, okay. So I've reached challenge tier 15. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because all of these can only go up to 14, right? Yeah. Okay, so all of these can only go up to 14. No, they can go up to 15. Oh wait, no, but that one's costs some stuff. So if I did this. Yeah, I could go do this one if I wanted. This would be the true end game. I don't know if we can go that much higher. Also, is it worth it? No! Well, no, it is. But is it? Because it will increase this okay, no, but it tells you this content is designed for a group. We still might be able to do it by ourselves, because I think there's end game builds that can go all the way up to 50. Or 15. And I feel like my build was doing pretty good. But the question is, will this, it seems to say that like I'm at world tier 15. So if I'm able to do this, am I able to get to 45 and it finally not be super skewed? Where like I'm really worried I've kind of boned myself with this, but we're at world tier 15 or 14, which we were able to do. But if we look at our gear and whatnot, everything costs now 72,000. And we would have, well, would we have been able to get 40? Like maybe at max tier you finally get 40, which would mean like 2 to 3 runs and you can finally get a pretty good shake at getting these. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that's something that I wish I would have known, like cemented into me deep, which is like progressing doesn't necessarily give you like the ability to super use the other things in your environment. So like Santiago will be pretty much as efficient as he's always kind of been from wherever you have him, given you can complete your second highest world tier, or the world tier which you're currently at, not the one that would bring you to the next tier. If you can complete that one, then you're going to be able to like essentially progress to endgame in the way that it seems like you progress to endgame. I want to make a whole video about explaining like the whole journey and what you need to focus on and the things of value that are going to get you here. Even though I'm not a pro at this game, I just think that I don't want people to make the same mistakes I was kind of making. Blood Sacrifice, sorry, Dark Sacrifice, not Blood Sacrifice. Dark Sacrifice is huge. It gives you just an insane amount of damage. Also, this weapon just happens to be pretty nuts in general. The weapon that I put this mod on. Also, Bone Shrapnel is just insane AoE damage, which is also really good. But anyways, also just the increased damage to cryoed enemies is really, really nice as well. As again, just having extra Blighter rounds AoE, so you're able to hit enemies in a greater radius, so that you don't get overwhelmed as long as you're shooting, especially if there's enemies pushing in on you, like a bunch of tiny stabby enemies. You just shoot them with your Blighter rounds, and the AoE is so huge that you're just going to be eviscerating all of them. And also you're getting Toxic Shot, which is nice. Also bonus fire rate, cooldown reduction, close range damage is nice. Close range damage a little less nice, but still. All that stuff is what I'm happy to be using, and etc. But again, one thing that is like a little out of sync here is I would much like, to me, the perfect like artifact or like thing. Let me see if I have it. I think it's possible to spawn, but I might be wrong. But basically, it's bonus firepower is what I would prefer is bonus firepower, cooldown reduction, and status. Because if I look at, I think it was just my head just right now. You can get status, I think, on the last tick. Or, you know, you can get cooldown. So you can get cooldown reduction on the last tick. So you're able to get that sequence of events. It could be firepower damage, status power, and then cooldown reduction. That is perfect because you're not really building tankiness because you kind of can't. And to some extent, I'm not even sure if you need like things like this. I think there's just so much value that it's kind of stupid to not get it. But essentially, killing enemies down while aiming down sights gives you 32,000 armor that stacks up to 3 times, and it lasts 10 seconds. And you just need to kill something while aiming down sights, which is just fucking madness, you know? It's so much value. Same thing with this one, where you're getting 7,000 firepower, which stacks up to 3 times, and it's lasting 20 seconds. You're never gonna have this go on off, essentially. So there's some of those perks that I think are just insane and really, really good. Again, Cold Snap Radius is almost a must, but it's also, you only need this one mod, and you essentially can map freeze everything. That's kind of how I want to break down how you progress in Outriders, because to me that was such a pondering, annoying question, because I didn't know what exactly you should do, how you should do it, or the way you need to do it either. And it does very much seems like you need to choose, just a spoiler for the build, you need to choose whichever thing you're trying to do. So if you're wanting an anomaly build where you're using a ton of your powers, then you need to think a specific weapon, I think it's like a shotgun, that amplifies and allows your bullets to be converted into anomaly scaling bullets, so you're able to double dip essentially. So your weapons are doing okay damage, it's not great, but okay damage, and then your powers are hitting like trucks. And then you need to hyper invest into those powers and get like a legendary set bonus that's going to give you something. Whether that's like something. Hopefully it scales up your damage by 90% if they happen to be frozen, which is really easy to do with this character. I hope the Devastator is similar to that, although maybe not. We'll see. But I do know the Pyromancer can cook on through pretty much. But nevertheless, turns out basically you have to leverage your advantage in a really weird way. I was stuck in the conundrum of trying to basically become tanky, but I was running out of damage. Turns out you just need to find a question or a backdoor to get the answer, which is essentially, well, an enemy can't hit you if they're frozen, and if you're doing more damage to frozen enemies and you're able to constantly keep them frozen, then you're not going to take damage, you're going to be able to deal more damage, and you're going to be able to just profit. So that's kind of the answer that I had to hunt for and find, and kind of like find old builds that people were using and find and infer what the hell like the big things were. Dark Sacrifice and investing in whatever damage type you want to deal, which will, if it's guns, then just invest in firepower. If it's anomaly damage, like go heavily into anomaly damage and realize the things that affect that. So cooldown reduction if you're going anomaly, huge. Status power I think would be huge as well as anomaly damage. All that stuff would be great. Given your class, you may not be able to heal that easily, so maybe you want to go with skill life leech as well, or maybe weapon life leech, just so that your weapon is acting as like a healing stat stick. Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you kindly for your time. Appreciate you immensely. Subscribe button over there, 2 videos further that way. Thank you once again, and goodbye, my friends.